Thanks for tuning in today to We Art Women, a virtual benefit auction in concert for the WCA. I am so incredibly grateful to Rocci Johnstone and all the talented artists that have made this virtual auction a reality. Their creativity and passion for our work is humbling. Thanks to their generosity, 100% of the proceeds from the auction will go to benefit WCA Children's Services, which include safe shelter, licensed childcare, and counseling. This financial support allows us to provide all these services at no charge to children who've been traumatized by emotional, physical, and sexual abuse. Right now, we have 23 children living in our safe shelter, with almost half of them under the age of 5. Since the start of this year, 32 children have benefited from 278 counseling sessions. However, at the end of September, we showed 24 children on our counseling waitlist. The need is great for the free services we provide. To help us provide these much-needed children's services, you can help by going online to We Art Women WCA. There are beautiful art pieces created by over 50 local artists available for purchase. There are also homemade masks, dining and entertainment packages, and much more. Or you can simply text 22454 and enter the word children to give a cash donation. Again, that number is 22454 and enter the word children. You can also commit to a pledge that will cover much needed items for the children living at the shelter. Like $20 will cover the cost of hygiene kits, which include shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, toothbrush, and soap. $24 will cover the cost of cleaning and sanitation supplies to keep shelter residents and staff safe and healthy during the COVID-19 pandemic. $50 will provide children's books and games for the licensed child care on our shelter campus. $63 will provide an hour of healing therapy to a child traumatized by domestic abuse with a master level clinician. And $120 will cover the cost of providing one night of shelter for a mother and her children, including all the wraparound services of counseling, child care, case management, court advocacy, life skills classes, and financial empowerment. It's those wraparound services that help a mom move forward and create a safe and healthy life for herself and her children. We hope you enjoy the show and take this opportunity to check out the incredible art available to beautify your home, potentially make a pledge to cover costs, or buy one of the many other packages available for auction. At the WCA, we are grateful for any amount you can give to support our children's services. Unfortunately, home is not safe for everyone, and your financial support can help ensure our services are available for those who need them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bea, and welcome everyone. It is the We Art Women. I'm Corey Michaels, along with my legendary, iconic co-host and dear friend, Rocci Johnstone.
Corey, it's so great to be here today. I'm excited as heck to get this show started. We Art Women, and it's the 2020 version to benefit the WCA's Children's Shelter.
Now, things have changed. I mean, obviously, we all know that in our world. It's not the same as it was. And about 6-8 months ago, our world kind of came to a stop. But you know what didn't stop is the need and the unfortunate desire for women, for children, for people to get out of that situation of abuse, to be able to find a safe and healthy place to be. Well, that's where the WCA comes in, and their mission has not stopped. And so the committee did not stop either when it came to the We Art Women. That stop didn't work for them, and they said, let's do this.
Well, you know, because as you said, Corey, the need is so great right now. People are unemployed, they're sheltered at home, they're having to teach their kids at home, and putting all that stress on top of an already difficult environment has created a terrible amount of situations here in the Treasure Valley. So, and thanking our committee for coming forward and putting this together. We've got Lauren Kisner-Day, Holly Rutledge, Zella Bardsley, Carly May. They're our We Art Women Committee, and thank you so much, ladies, for coming on board to make this happen for this very great need at this time.
Well, for all of you, for Rocky, the rest of the committee, thank you so much, because yeah, you did. You stood up just like the WCA does every single day. And it's like, how do we adapt? How do we change? How do we persevere? And that's what they've done. And that's why we're all here together. It's going to be an amazing night. Now, the fact that you found us, you're watching it right now, you have already gotten through half the battle right now. All you have to do is just text the word. So pick up your phone, text the word in the text body, children, and send that to the number 22454. That's the number 22454. You're going to get a link right back. It's going to take you just a moment. You'll get signed up. Then you can look at all the wonderful, wonderful auction items that we have. And more importantly, bid on the auction items, because that's why we're all here together, is to raise those much needed funds for the WCA. Wonderful items that are there. Ability to just be able to make a donation just because you want to be able to give. All of that is all set for you. Now, you are going to need 2 different tabs. Or 2 different devices. So let me explain. So if you're watching right now on your TV, on your laptop, whatever you happen to be watching us on, thank you. But then you could have on your phone all of the auction items. Or you can have a couple of tabs going on and go back and forth. But you know what? With all the great musical performances we have, you don't want to miss out on anything. And you're not going to. And in fact, I think we should just get right into our first act, because there is so much great music to come.
Well, but we wouldn't have been able to pull off this show if it weren't for Audio Lab.
That's true.
I've got to thank our good friends at Audio Lab. Steve Fulton and Patrick Story have spent weeks and so much time and effort, poured their hearts into recording, filming, and mixing all of the great performances that are coming up. A few of them didn't make it into the studio because, obviously, of COVID. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, we've got some cell phone videos in there, but that's all good. It's all about the effort. It's all about funds for the WCA's Children's Center.
And it's all about us coming together as a community, the musical community and everyone else, and all of us together, wrapping arms around WCA and doing it in this, I can't think of a more perfect way, and that is through music.
It is. And the visual art. We've got a lot of visual art. Oh, my gosh. I want to beautify my home with about 20 of those pieces that are for sale today. Yeah. And so we should start with our next act.
Yeah, Emily Stanton. She is amazing.
She's incredible. In fact, Emily wrote an original song just for our show today. It's called Oh, Idaho. It's all about our state. It's going to be a major hit because it's one of those things that really gets you in the heart, because it's about Idaho and our beloved state. And her band is incredible.
Oh,
She's got
so talented.
Dr. Matt Pouzon on guitar, Michael Seifert on bass, who used to play with the Rocky Johnson band, John Heidemann on drums, Katrina Nikolaev on fiddle, and of course the beautiful vocals of Emily Stanton.
Yeah. And here we go. It's Oh, Idaho.
us and stay for the company. Well, you're welcome here to visit. Look and stay and see. This is our home. Oh, Idaho. Just see the friends you know right here in Idaho. It's knowing you're here home in Idaho. Yeah, it's our home. People, they keep on learning while the soldiers, they keep on boring. Word keeps on turning.
Hi, I'm Boise Police Chief Ryan Lee. Taking care of Boise's most vulnerable population has always been a focus for the police department. That is true now more than ever. Over the spring and summer months, police saw a drop in the number of child abuse and domestic abuse calls to police. Not because it wasn't happening, but because people didn't have the opportunities to witness it and report it. That is a dangerous situation and shows why our community needs places like the WCA. Home is not always a safe place. With more kids back in school and people starting to get out, the report numbers have been quickly going up. This last August, there are 194 protection orders filed in Ada County, the most ever filed in 1 month in this county. Our Special Victims Unit is also seeing a rise in referrals from health and welfare. With the switch to virtual school, teachers are seeing into kids' homes for the first time. They are making reports now as well, and our SROs are working diligently to follow up. In many cases, the stress from not working or having a decrease in income has led to abusive situations, and we anticipate seeing the effects of these past few months for years to come. Police and the legal system are just one step in helping people recover. They also need supportive services like the WCA and their children's shelter. Their ability to come in with hygiene kits for each shelter child, cleaning and sanitation supplies, especially right now during COVID, books, games, and even therapy are invaluable to the long-term health of our community. The WCA's emergency shelter also provides 1 night of shelter for a mother and her child, including wraparound services such as counseling, child care, case management, court advocacy, life skill classes, and financial empowerment. So thank you for being here today and your support. As a community, we are all in this together.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Chief, and thank you, Emily, the incredible talent and the beautiful words from Chief Lee.
I'll tell you what, we're so blessed to have Chief Lee in our community. He's going to be a dynamic force and has been already.
Yeah. So thank you for being here with us. Now, if you're having any problems whatsoever, any technical difficulties, or I tell you what, if you just want to be able to make a good old-fashioned donation by phone, you can do that. All you have to do is just call 208-807-3808. Now, we've got a phone bank full of folks that are ready to take your donations, answer your questions, and make sure that this is seamless and going to be a wonderful evening for you, because that's what this is all about, is us enjoying our time spent together, but all for this great cause that is WCA. And something as we make our way through the course of the night, and you're looking at all your auction items, and if you haven't gotten registered already, just text the word children to the number 22454. That'll get you registered for that. So while you're looking at these beautiful items, these great experiences, making your donations, doing all that to be able to support the WCA and listening to this incredible music, remember, if someone you know, someone you love, your children are in a situation and don't know how to get out, because right now, one of the things that's happened with all of our isolation in our world is a lot of times someone going to work, kids going to school, that was sometimes the only reprieve that they had.
Yes.
So that isolation away from all of that has made things even more dire in a lot of cases. Just know, no matter what, you don't deserve that. Your friend does not deserve that. So make sure, if you need help, there is help there. The WCA is available 24 hours a day.
And just call. Just pick up that phone and call. Call 208-343-7025. Pick up that phone and call. The help is there for you at the WCA.
And we promise there is safety. There is a bright and healthy future ahead of you. You don't deserve to be in anything but safety and happiness. All right. Now, as we move on through these incredible artists that we have tonight, it's so inspiring, and hopefully it inspires you to want to continue to give and to bid high and to bid often.
And speaking of which, let's go into our next act. And it couldn't be more perfect, since 100% of the proceeds from today's auction and concert are going to benefit the WCA's Children's Shelter. So, our next segment, Move Over Judds, because this is Kaylee and Alice McGrath. You know, the show's all about kids, so why not have one in our show?
Absolutely.
Speaking of childhood, Kaylee's been playing music since she was a small child, and I can't wait to hear her rendition of her song with her daughter. Now, her daughter might just be smiling and dancing a little bit, but it's all part of a good future. We're looking forward to Kaylee and Alice McGrath.
Undone me and you bet I felt it. I tried to beat you, but you're so hot that I melted. Fell right through the cracks, and now I'm trying to get back. Before the cool done run out, I'll be giving it my bestest. Nothing's gonna stop me but divine intervention. Reckon it's again my turn to win some or learn some, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Oh yeah. Well, open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and dang, you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find love, 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 love. Listen to the music of the moment, people dance and sing. We're just one big family, and it's our God-forsaken right to be loved, love, 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 love. So I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm sure there's no need to contemplate. Our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours. Do 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 do. Super do. Scoot on over closer to you, and I'll nibble your ears. Super da ba da ba da. Da 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 ba da ba da. Da 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 ba da da da. Oh, da da yeah. I've been waiting way too much time, checking my tongue in the mirror and bending over backwards. Try to see clear, but my breath fogged up the glass. And so I drew a new face and I laughed. Oh, I guess what I've been saying is there ain't no better reason to rid yourself of vanities and just go with the seasons. What we aim to do. Our name is our virtue, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Well, open up your mind, see like me. Open up your plans and dim, you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find that the sky is yours. So please don't, please don't, please don't. There's no need to complicate, because our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours. Good job.
Hey, it's Keke Love, live from the Mix 106 studios right now. And we want to thank you for tuning in today to We Art Women. It's a virtual benefit auction concert for the WCA, where 100% of the proceeds from this auction right here benefit the WCA's Children's Shelter. Now, why is that important? And don't they have people coming and doing stuff? Think about it this year. Think about everything that's going on this year. People aren't just shelling out money. That's why we're having to do this. More importantly, people that have never dropped a dime, we need you today. It's that important. I've done a lot of stuff with domestic violence and child abuse in the Treasure Valley. And every year I meet more people, hundreds to thousands of people that I've met who had no place to turn. They didn't know what to do. I don't know what situation that you've been through, but if you're a mom and you have 3 kids and you're in an abusive situation and you don't know which direction to go, think about that for a second. And you don't have any family and you're looking for something to do. And then you hear about the WCA, they don't turn you down. And even knowing all of that, think about how scary that must be to walk in there with your 3 kids. And by the way, if you're leaving a situation like that, you might not be leaving with the backpack and toys and all the stuff that kids have. You might be throwing stuff in one bag and running out of the house when the time is the opportune time that you get the strength to get out to bring your kids. Imagine that. Take yourself there for a couple seconds and just think about that for a second. It's hard. And I watched my mom get beat up when I was a kid. It was not by my dad. It was very difficult and I didn't know what to do. I was so little. I talk to these women now that think about how I've gone through it for so many times and they'll always say, well, I wish I had a place like the WCA and I knew about that. Some people, believe it or not, you might think that the WCA, everyone knows. There are some people that don't. This is important because with everything going on with COVID and the pandemic, people are looking to do something to get out of the situation because things have escalated. Think about all the drama and turmoil that's going within a household right now. Everything's happening right now. That means it's worse. And we need to help. We need to do whatever we can do. So, to help in this time, I want you to go online to We Art Women WCA. There's a link below. There's a bunch of beautiful art pieces, over 50 local artists. Because why? Because that's what we do. Local. And some of the most amazing artists. Homemade masks, entertainment packages, much more. So think of this word, the world is children, and the text is 22454, 22454, and just text in the word children and donate some cash. I don't know what you're in right now, your situation that you're in, but you can donate something as simple as $20. Think about this, how you might spend $20. Well, this $20 that you're gonna spend today is gonna get hygiene kits to each shelter child, which includes shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, and soap. The things that we all have, we put in whatever and get it all delivered and pick it up and we use it forever. These kids are coming, they have nothing. $50 provides children's books and games, the stuff they left they don't have. $63, an hour of healing therapy to a child that's been traumatized by somebody else. The list goes on and you can do up to $120. So think about that. How much of a difference in someone's life that you can change right now. You're not gonna see it. You will never know. But know that the WCA is doing this for them and have been doing it for years. So thanks for being here today. I hope that you enjoyed some of these amazing artists and performances. But please donate now. WCA's Children's Shelter, 100% is going to go to them. Rocci Johnstone, I love you so much. You've done so much for the community and the women you surround yourself with. This is the year, and it shouldn't just be this year, but we need you this year. Look at all the great work that everybody's doing for these women and these kids. God bless you and everybody else on the team and everybody watching. Love you guys.
Keke, thank you, brother. And I tell you what, the music, when you look at the harmonies of a mom and daughter, and even though she was just smiling, I think she's going to be on the stage with them in not too long, only with that mouth a lot wider open singing.
She's got the musical DNA.
My
and her
goodness.
System, I'll tell you.
Yeah, it was. It's so wonderful to see, and we've got so many more great acts as we've all come together for We Art Women. Now, if you haven't already, please go ahead and get registered to be able to make your donations, to bid on all the great auction items. All you have to do, just send the word children, because that's what this is all about. Children to the number 22454. Get registered. And as Keke was just telling you, you can be able to make donations of all kinds of levels. Item number 1000 is just a way for you to be able to give and to make a donation and to know that you've been able to make a difference. And thank you so much. I know we told you that you're going to hear those 2 words a lot, and yes, you are. So there's a couple more times for you as well.
Corey, with this year, with 2020, I mean, there's been a 194% increase in calls to the WCA over last year at this time. And in the month of August 2020, there were more protection orders issued in Ada County than has ever been issued in Ada.
Yeah.
There's been a 40% increase in calls over that in the last 2 months. I mean, the situation has just escalated. So your help is so much appreciated today.
It is. And the desperation that is coming through this pandemic, the isolation that we talked about just a little while ago, that being isolated at home, being stuck at home a lot of times with a very unhealthy situation has then forced those numbers up. And I don't know that they weren't there beforehand. It's just we're hearing about them now. And we have to be able to do something about it. And that's what WCA does each and every day. And that's why we are here today together.
You know, and in order to facilitate all of this and make it happen, we've had so many great musicians and visual artists come together for this event. So let's segue into our next act.
Absolutely.
We have coming up Gretchen Rogers. And Gretchen Rogers is comprised of two of my good friends, Naomi Psalm and Lindsey Hunt. And they are tremendous together musically, and their original compositions are coming up.
All right.
Thank you for listening. I'm Lindsey Hunt,
I'm Naomi Psalm.
and we're Gretch and Rogers.
Hi there, we're Ken Bass and Deb Courson from 94.9 The River. We do the morning show, and we want to say thank you very much to Rocky and everybody else for putting together We Art Women. And there's somebody standing between us you might recognize.
Well,
Hello.
this is B Black from the WCA because this is a benefit to help out children's services at WCA. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for bidding on art. And we've been talking to B every Monday throughout the month of October because it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
And when it comes to talking about, the services for the children, we could kind of go on about it ourselves, but, she has all the knowledge, so why not let her do the talking here?
Why, thank you, Ken, and thank you, Deb, so much. We are just so humbled and so appreciative for all of the support that Rocky Johnson and all the talented artists are providing through We Art Women. Specifically, the money is going to go to help fund our children's services, and that consists of shelter, safe shelter for mom and kids. Many of the kids that come to us are under the age of 5. In fact, typically more than 50% are under the age of 5. And also going to help us cover the costs of licensed child care and counseling by a master level clinician. So thank you again to Rocky. Thank you to all of you for watching. And thank you for helping to make those services possible at no charge for kids in our community that need them.
So even as little as $20 provides quite a bit.
It does.
You make that stretch.
It does, absolutely. There are many things that moms can't afford to acquire for their kids, and so any amount of money, formula, diapers, maybe it's specific foods that a child needs because they have some sort of a eating issue or preference. There are things like hygiene products that are needed. So yes,
Yeah.
any amount will help.
As little as
Thank you
$20.
for donating.
Yeah,
Thank you for watching, too.
And just to give you perspective, healing therapy, which is a part of all of this for the children, that's $63 for an hour if you can help out with that. So your ways to donate, it's very easy to text a donation. The number is 22454.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gretchen Rogers, Lindsey Hunt, and Naomi Psalm, my good buddies. And
yeah.
guess what? We've got some great music coming up. I'll tell you what, I'm so excited.
I can hardly wait to see Margaret Montrose Stigers going to be coming up.
One of the original divas.
Yeah.
And we've got Kathy Miller, Carrie Padilla, original divas as well. We've got Catherine Merrick from AKA Belle, Rochelle Smith, Jenn Snyder.
And of course, still to come, the Rocky Johnson Band. Also, Amy Rose and Ben Burdick. Such fabulous artists.
Fulton and Hunt, and one of my personal all-time favorites, Idaho State Senator Cherie Buckner-Webb.
And coming up right now is one of my favorite people on the planet. She is so wildly talented and such an amazing human being.
I love her. She's my sister. She's a diva. She is Leta Neustaedter.
Hi there. We are proud to be a part of this event helping support the Women and Children's Alliance. For a lot of people, home is not a safe place. And COVID-19 has made a lot of people have to be in their homes when otherwise they would have had support networks and places they could go, friends they could see. And there are a lot of people who are stuck in situations that are unhealthy and unsafe. And the need for the services provided by the Women and Children's Alliance has skyrocketed and will continue to be even more urgent as we move our way through this pandemic. So we are happy to be supporting them at this event.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't see the fighter, but I see it in you, and we're gonna walk it out and we'll move mountains. We're gonna walk it out and move mountains, and we'll rise rise like the day, rise up, rise unafraid, we'll rise up, we'll do it together now, for you, silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. I know you feel like dying, but I promise you we'll get the world to its feet and move mountains, get the world to its feet and move the ache, will rise up, we'll do it together now, for you, for you, for you, for you. We will rise, together now, we'll do it together now. We will rise, we'll rise, we'll rise up, rise like the day, rise up, rise unafraid, we'll rise up, we'll do it together now. Rise up, high like a wave, rise up, despite of the ache, rise up, and do it together now, we'll do it together now.
Thank you so much, Leta Neustaedter. Oh my gosh, I love Leta Harris Neustaedter. She is one of my all-time favorites. And then we want to be sure and point out, Jessica Harned wrote that beautiful string accompaniment, and along with Emily Jones, they accompanied her so great, beautifully. It was wonderful.
Yeah, all of them. But Leta, whether it's acting, I've been in a film with her. She was amazing. I was not worthy at all. Singing, I mean, just being. You know, she is
Being
just,
Leta.
she just
Leta.
has this diva in the best possible way aura.
Yes.
So thank you, Leta, and you are also a very generous soul, too. Yes. Love you, honey. All right, now coming up, whatever you have the ability to be able to do as you're enjoying all the music, as you're watching the stats and seeing the need that is out there, whatever you can do, because this is something that I wanted to talk about real quick. Because whenever we do these, and I've done lots of events with the WCA over the years, and I'm Rocci, I know you have as well, and people give and they'll apologize, going, I wish this could have been more. I'm sorry I don't have any more. Please don't ever apologize. There is never a reason to apologize, because what you have the ability to give is beautiful. Because with what you give, and then with what Rocky gives, what I give, what Leta gives, what each individual gives, it's all of us together, because we can't do it by ourselves. But all of us, no matter what that amount is, we're able to make miracles happen for so many women, so many children throughout the state and throughout the Treasure Valley. So thank you. And please don't ever be sorry, because there is no an amount that is too small. And well, there's no amount too large either. Let's just put it that way. But
That's right.
You know, whatever you can be able to give, thank you, thank you, Thank you. Item number 1,000, you can be able to just slide that to the amount that works for you and your family.
And bid on some art pieces while you're at it.
yes.
And some great entertainment packages as well. And you know what? I'm so excited for this next act. And I have to sing when I'm doing the intro for this. A very, very good friend of mine. She was one of the original divas quite some time ago. It might have been, a decade or two or maybe 3. But
Tops.
she's an absolute beautiful soul. And I love her with all my heart. Let's give it up, in your living room or wherever you are, for Margaret Montrose Stigers.
I'm Margaret Montrose Stigers, and I am the oldest diva alive. Yes! I used to be called the Mama Diva, but now I'm the Grandma Diva. Pretty good gig, too. Over 30 years ago, I got a phone call from this wonderful woman, didn't know or had heard about her for years, went to see her perform and went, wow. She said, hi, this is Rocci, and I wondered if you would like to come and sing. We're going to be doing a fundraiser for the women and children at the Women and Children's Alliance. The old YWCA, they took the Y away because we're not young anymore. And I said, really? I don't know what I'm doing. You've got 2 sons that sing rock and roll, and I know you sing rock and roll. So do you want to come join? I said, I'd love to. Now, I thought I was only going to perform once, and I just was so excited. And I walked into this little house, and there were 9 of us. And all but 4 are still with us, and then we gathered more along the way because now we're really cool. They want to be a diva. But I want to do this performance in particular because all of the funds that we receive, every penny that comes through the door, is going to go to the Women and Children's Alliance. This has been a bad year. I had a friend that called me and said, they changed the dictionary. And I said, what do you mean? He says, where you used to go in and you saw the word and then it gave an explanation? Well, now it says the year of 2020. And this has been the worst year that we've ever had. So I guess we've got to do this because we can only help if we get out there and get our hands dirty and sing because we love these people so. I'm fortunate. I was not abused. I was left, and he took off with one of my sorority sisters. I still miss her sometimes. But I raised my kids, and my kids turned out to be beautiful, wonderful men with the most amazing daughter-in-laws in the world. And then, of course, the 2 best granddaughters in the world, too. But I want you to know that every single penny that comes in tonight goes to WCA. We've got to be there for them. Those children need us. The women need us. And some of the men need us, too. So I'm really excited to be here. I was kind of sick and did things with kidneys and sepsis, and oh boy. So I haven't sung for about 2.5 years. And when Rocci called me, in fact, I was having a pity party that very night because I was never going to be a diva again. And she called and said, won't you do this? And I went, oh, I guess I can. So exciting. Anyway, the loves of my life are the divas in them. There's not a one that wouldn't give you anything you needed. Take the sequins off her back and let you use them. And so I'm very proud to say I am a diva. And I'm going to sing Since I Fell for You. Well, you made me leave my happy home such misery and pain. I guess I'll never be the same since I fell for you. Well, it's too bad, and I tell you it's too sad, 'cause I'm still in love with you. You love me, and then baby you snub me. But what can I do? I'm still in love with you. Well, I guess I'll never see the light. I get the blues most every night. Since I fell for you, since I fell for you, got no loving since I fell for you.
Hi, I'm Melissa Wintrow. I'm a state representative here in Boise's District 19. I want to thank you for supporting the Women's and Children's Alliance and their children's programs today. I've worked with victims and survivors for a long time, and the needs of their families and kids are great. And things couldn't be worse right now. With COVID, with people more confined in this pandemic, stress levels rising, we need to come together and help our kids and our families. So I hope that you will join me supporting this program and supporting the kids in our community. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much to Melissa Wintrow, Idaho State Representative for District 19. I love her. She goes back a long ways working at the Women's Center at Boise State, and she's great. And thank you to Margaret Montrose Stigers, accompanied by Justin Tam. And I want to thank Dennis Jaggard for helping with that recording, and Lance Fontanella, too. Thank you, you guys. You're awesome.
See, and again, we just can't say that enough. And those two words don't seem strong enough for everyone, for you and for all the incredible talent, the visual artists, the incredible musical artists, and just you sitting on your couch, sitting at home with your family and enjoying all of this. We can't thank you possibly enough. And we hope you've had a chance already to be able to look at all the auction items, maybe make a donation as well. If you haven't yet, go ahead and do that. Just the word children, just text that to the number 22454. You'll get that link. You'll be able to get over if you're having any problems whatsoever. We've got a full phone bank set up for you to be able to ask questions, to be able to make a donation, whatever you would like. 208-807-3808.
What's that number again?
208-807-3808.
Oh, cool. You know, and this is all about the WCA Children's Shelter. And Corey, I found out a very disturbing statistic just recently. There are over 50% of the residents at the WCA Children's Shelter, or at the shelter right now, are children under the age of 5.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, and the WCA just in the last year, fiscal year, which, as you know, goes from kind of midsummer to midsummer, they provided over 11,000 safe bed nights for women and children right here in Boise.
Where they didn't have to worry about who was coming home, where they were going to go, what the next day was going to be. They knew that they had love, they had safety and security. And that's the greatest feeling that anyone can possibly have. And that's what you're helping to provide. And so many different programs that are available through the WCA, because when someone comes through a really traumatic situation, everyone responds in a different way, and especially when it comes to kids. And that's why Mini Joys is such an
Mini Joys. Are you
amazing
talking about Mini
organization.
Joys? I love the Mini
Yes!
Joys. They are little miniature horses, mini goats, and other mini animals that actually come to the shelter and interact with the children as therapeutic animals. And they are just loving, compassionate little beings that help these kids that have been through so much.
Yeah. The therapeutic effects are just staggering. They really are. Well, here, see for yourself.
Lori, Belle, we can't thank you enough for getting the Mini Joys going. Mini Joys, let's see it.
Hi, I'm Lori, Belle. This is Sophie, one of our little miniature horses of the Mini Joys outreach programs. And we started back in 2009 in Boise because we wanted to bring joy and hope and healing to just those facing really tough challenges. Those might be emotional challenges or physical challenges, cognitive and learning challenges, just all the things that can make life pretty tough. And these little horses are really big-hearted volunteers. I think one thing, not only horses do for kids, but I'm sure dogs and other animals, it's kind of a win-win because the kids don't know me, they don't know maybe our crew, but as they watch us be loving with the animals, it really allows them to also trust us a little bit more. They see how we treat our animals, how our animals are so comfortable with us. And that's allowed kids to just let us in a little bit into their hearts, and they share with us a lot of things. And we find that there's something really calming about horses. I know you hear some horror stories about horses, but a gentle, kind horse, they say it sees right into your soul, and I kind of believe that's true. So we also have found they're great tools for teaching kids confidence and a way to be very loving, but to also be just assertive enough to learn to lead a horse around and brush it and groom it. And so it helps them grow in confidence, and it definitely helps them grow in trust. We also really, really love working with shelter homes and kids that have gone through some really, really hard things. And that includes our work with the WCA over probably the last 8 years. They don't generally come to the ranch, so we take the horses right to the shelter homes. We go right indoors. We've done some Christmas parties with the kids, and we do some teaching programs. We take the horses in, and we not only do the kids enjoy petting and loving on them and enjoying having horses right there in their homes, but we also teach some life lessons. We hope to help the kids feel valuable and loved, and that they're strong and they're worth so much. So I do feel like I've been able to pass that on and cheer on some moms and some kids who are just feeling like things are kind of looking real dark right now.
The Mini Joys.
Yes.
Oh, they get me so much. I just love the Mini Joys.
They do, and the man, I just can't tell you enough. One of the most amazing things that I had seen was a young girl that had been nonverbal coming out of a horrible situation. A young girl, she was nonverbal for 4 years because of the abuse and the things that she had been through. And then the moment that she started working with these little miniature horses, and she would just sit there and the horse would come over, and slowly but surely she started saying words again, and then sentences. And the mom And the staff was so amazed because they didn't know if it was going to work. But it was just the beauty and the care of that animal and this child, and they needed each other. It's such a wonderful organization.
So thank you, Lori Belle, and all of the people at Mini Joys, and especially the minis themselves. And you know what? We've got these auction items we've got to talk about.
We've got so many. Now, Rocky, I have to ask you.
Yes.
This item number 31 I was just looking at, what is a Fendi purse?
What is a Fendi purse? I think it would look stellar with your outfit.
Would it bring out my eyes?
Yeah, well, it would bring out lots of things. Yeah. It's a designer purse. It's a vintage collectible. So if you're into that, I'm telling you, you've got to bid on the Fendi purse. Check out the pictures. It's stunning and unbelievable if you're into purses. Like some people aren't, maybe, but
but guys, if you're watching right now, what it sounds like to me is Christmas is coming up. We're guys. We do dumb things. It's always nice to have a good get-out-of-jail-free card. So I'm thinking that this might be a good Christmas present to get for the lady or the partner in your life. And then just hang on to that card with all the excitement afterwards and go, remember that Fendi purse.
What card is that, Corey?
We'll talk later. Why don't we talk some more about some of the items that are for auction right now? The Boise yard card.
Yes.
Boise yard cards.
This is what I wanted.
Now, this was really cool. You probably saw it on the news with other things. They had done it outside of some of the hospitals. Heroes work here through all of this in lots of different settings. And in fact, we did it for our 13-year-old because the poor thing, she turned 13 like 3 weeks now into the pandemic. Stuck at home, 13 years old, can't see any of her friends, any of that. But we had Boise Yard Card come out. They were amazing. It was so beautiful. It was so fun. She laughed. She cried. She thought it was amazing. People honked when they came by, and you can get it too.
So what did they do? How do they set that up? How does that work?
Well, you just go online and you set it up with what you want it to say, whether it's for an anniversary, a birthday, whatever. And they sneak over like early in the morning. And so when you wake up, they have it all set up with all these beautiful, decorations in your front yard for everyone to be able to enjoy, and especially the person or people that are celebrating something. So definitely go on and get a bid on there. You'll love it.
And we're auctioning off a 2-hour rental with a photo booth?
Yeah.
What? And we've got a flying M basket. We've got restaurant certificates with Alavita, Fork, Chandler Steakhouse.
Yes.
I mean, come on, this is some good stuff.
And speaking of the restaurant, okay, I wanted to ask you some more about this, the one that Mayor McLean had brought to the auction table. Why don't you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, Mayor McLean has offered a lunch with her, a private lunch with her. It's going to be a wonderful banquet put on by the fine folks at Bitter Creek. If you've not been to Bitter Creek Restaurant, I'm telling you, Dave Crick and his staff are tremendous. And not are they only tremendous with food, they are really into some cool stuff. You will get a private tour, an eco tour of a behind the scenes worm farm.
Worm farm?
Worm farm.
Really?
Yes. After lunch. This is, we're talking about eco-friendly, taking things and making sure that you are doing things environmentally that help, that things don't go to waste.
Right.
I mean, this is really cool stuff. So check it out. Bid on the package with Mayor Lauren McLean and lunch at Bitter Creek with an eco tour afterward.
Well, there you go. And you can bid on all those and a lot more items. Just get registered children to the number 22454. Text children to 22454. You'll get all registered, bid on all those, lots of other items. And in fact, right now we have Mayor McLean.
Yeah. Speaking of Mayor McLean,
to be able to be a part of the wonderful celebration that is We Art Women.
I want to thank the Women and Children's Alliance for the great partnership that you've shared with the City of Boise for many years, and the work that we're doing together today and this year and into the future to ensure that we're a city for everyone. As part of a vision to create a community and a city for everyone, we have to recognize that those most vulnerable in our ranks need support and love and care. And WCA proves day in and day out that that's what they do, that's what they provide. It's the work that each of you does that makes this city stronger and each of our lives richer for it. I want to highlight in this tough year of 2020 the good work that so many organizations have done, but the good work that a partnership made possible during COVID and the shutdown in particular. Our street outreach teams, we've connected through Catch and Women and Children's Alliance, the city and others, services with those that need it most in our community. And it's partnerships like this and others in the years to come that will ensure that those who need our help and support and love and care the most in our community get it. So thanks for being a part of this great celebration, and most importantly, thanks to the WCA for all you do day in, day out for those who live in our community. Take care.
Thank you so much to Mayor Lauren McLean for donating your time and for everything you do for our community. Coming up next, we have another diva. She's been with the Divas of Boise for quite some time now, and I love both of these women, two divas actually in this upcoming act. We've got Rebecca Scott, Debbie Sager, and Rob Hill coming up. I love these human beings. They're talented, they're incredible, and their original compositions are coming up right now.
Here's a tune by Miss Deb Talon. This is the Comfort Song.
When everyone is gone to sleep and you are wide awake, there's no one left to tell your troubles to. Just an hour ago, you listened to their voices, lilting like a river over underground, and the light that's downstairs came up soft like daybreak, lilting in a heartache, a lonely child. And if you can't remember a better time, you can have mine, little one. And days to come, when your heart feels undone, may you always find an open hands. Take comfort wherever you can, you can, you can. Ooh, it's the same break. Ooh, everyone's got a different shade. Just when you thought you had stopped here to linger, you're only as separate as your little fingers. So cry, why not? We all do, and turn to the one you love.
And here's an original tune by Rebecca Scott. There she is. This is called We're All Here to Be.
Thank you so much for tuning in today to We Aren't Women, a virtual benefit auction and concert for the WCA. 100% of the proceeds from this auction will go to benefit the WCA's Children's Shelter. And they need our help right now, especially in 2020. There is such a need right now for women and their kids who are already at risk. So to help, go online to We Art Women WCA at the link on the bottom of your screen. There are beautiful art pieces created by over 50 local artists available. There are also homemade masks, dining, entertainment packages, and so much more. Or you can simply text 22454 and enter children to give a cash donation. Here's what your money can do. $20 provides hygiene kits to each shelter child, which includes shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, toothbrush, and soap. $24 provides cleaning and sanitation supplies to keep the shelter residents and staff safe and healthy during this pandemic. $50 will provide children's books and games for the licensed childcare on the WCA shelter campus. $63 will provide an hour of healing therapy for a child traumatized by domestic abuse, facilitated by a master-level clinician. And $120 will contribute towards maintaining the WCA's emergency shelter, providing one night of shelter for a mom and her kids, including wraparound services like counseling, childcare, case management, court advocacy, life skills classes, and financial empowerment. We are so grateful for any amount you can give on behalf of our local kids, because home is just not safe for everyone. Thank you so much. Together, we can really do amazing things.
Thank you, Maggie O'Mara, News
Yes.
Channel 7 morning news anchor. Did you know something about Maggie? She actually got on stage with the Divas of Boise and sang some songs.
Really?
Yes, back in the day, she was a diva of
Maggie.
the stage, not just a diva of the airwaves.
Oh.
And speaking of divas, we want to thank Rebecca Scott, Debbie Sager, and Rob Hill for their lovely, beautiful renditions.
Absolutely. Thank you to everyone who's been a part of it. Everyone's still to come, because we still have lots of fabulous acts to come. And thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for donating. And of course, bidding. And I hope you've been bidding high and bidding often. Now, here's the beautiful thing. You know, you've probably been to an event before where you're doing a silent auction, and you have an item you really, really want, maybe a bunch of them. And you put down your auction total, your bidding total, and you walk away. And then right behind you, someone sneaks up behind you and they outbid you, and you don't know unless you walk back over there. See, that's not going to happen with this, because as soon as you are outbid, well, someone is going to, the Auction Frogs is going to let you know by sending you a text saying, hey, you've been outbid on this item. And then you are able to go back on, you're able to get a new bid, or you can set up your auto bid so that you can be able to set the highest amount that you would want to go on an item.
What, I can auto bid?
Auto bid, and just put that item there, that amount there, and then every time someone outbids you, here's the fun part. You don't even have to do anything. It just goes, and you're outbid. And you're outbid.
How does it go again?
Just like that. It makes that noise too, I'm sure. Until it hits your high bid total, and then you'll get a notice saying that you've hit that amount, and you can go back in. So there is no worries, no reason why you can't just hang out and enjoy the fabulous music and still be able to bid a bunch on the incredible items.
Auto bid. Auto bid.
Just like that.
Speaking of music, we have AKA Belle, Catherine Merrick, Sam Merrick, and Michael P. Waite with Johnny. Bongos Townsend on drums. I'm telling you, you will love this act. They're incredible. They're totally and utterly, I don't even know how to describe them. You just check it out. It's AKA Belle with Catherine Merrick.
Hi, we are AKA Belle. Very proud to be here. Gray skies of spring are threatening my sleep with the sound of rolling thunder, fear and wonder, how small we are all This next one is called Crooked Path. Visions come at 21. They got shut down in an instant. So defiant, self-reliant, I crossed the ocean to prove it. I took a crooked path. Crooked path.
love AKA Belle.
Yes.
Catherine Merrick, Sam Merrick, Johnny, Bongos, Townsend, and Michael P. Waite. They're so tremendous, AKA Belle. I love them.
And so much talent. Thank you for being a part of this. And thank you. I hope you're bidding and big and bidding strong right now. And one of those items that you're going to see on there, item number 1,000, is a way for you to be able to just donate, to just give. And that fund a need. The need is so strong when it comes to the WCA. And you can see different levels. I know it's been spoken to a couple of different times by Keke and others, and we've talked about it. What your dollars, what your generosity means and where it goes. And that's where you can really make those miracles happen, because it's so tough for a young lady and her kids to get out of a desperate situation. By the time they're finally strong enough to make that leap and to go, really the only thing they're leaving that house with most of the time is their children and the very smallest of needs, usually what's on their back. And so when they get to the WCA, by the time they've called, by the time they arrive, they don't have anything else, but they have each other. And that's the most important thing. So what your dollars go to give is to put those warm clothes as we're heading into the Idaho winter onto these kids. Make sure that they have a hot meal coming in there, and then able to have all of the personal hygiene items, all the things we don't even think about. When we get up in the morning to get ready for school, even if that's just going downstairs, these days, when we get up in the morning, we don't think about those things. We just brush our teeth. We go down and we grab some food and then get about our day. Well, for a family that has left that type of situation, they don't have any of those things. That's what the WCA provides. That's what you're providing and making such a difference with. So thank you.
And games and books and things
Yes.
for the kids to play with, because you don't leave the house with those things. That's not
No.
coming across your mind. And speaking of which, coming up, we've got a very moving piece by a friend of ours, Rebecca Evans. Yeah. She is a survivor of domestic abuse, and she's created many art, poetic works in order to weave domestic violence and a fight for survival and a disability that she's faced with her, and going through all of this with her young children. She's a Gulf War veteran. She's a decorated veteran of the United States Air Force, and she's just a wonderful human being. And this is a very moving piece that really speaks to what we're talking about today, and we're trying to get the message out there that it's so important that you give today to support, because Rebecca Evans and her children are survivors of this very situation.
Yeah. Now we will say that some of the words, some of the parts of the poem are strong. They are.
If you might be disturbed by graphic language or by any kind of strong situation that involves domestic abuse, just step away for a little bit and go bid on some items or something, and we'll be right back. But for those of you who want to listen, this is really important that we get the message across, and let's listen to her very moving piece, Rebecca Evans.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Evans, and I would like to read you a poem. It's entitled "I Wanted to Be Your Wall," and it's in 5 parts. You can find this also published at survivorlit.org, where there's a wealth of other books, resources, poetry, and inspiration from and about survivors. I wanted to be your wall, part 1. Do you remember the early years when I pushed my bed between yours and our bedroom door, between Daddy and you, night after night? I was 10, maybe 11. I'd hope he'd take me first while you lay quiet in your twin and listen to me beg, please stop. You'd still be next, though I thought he'd be less angry if I bore the brunt of his brutality. Once he left, I'd pry your fingers from your blankets and pull our beds together, both of us still smelling of putrid Old Spice and breath singed with leftover fried chicken and soured milk. I did it for you, Becky. You were only 5, and I knew our hearts, our bodies, were irreparable. But I hope later we would recover, at least a little. I curled you close like a mother would and smoothed your wet hair from your face. Part 2. Do you remember when I first became your big sister? I was a ward from the state, my body pocked with cigarette burns, and you asked why someone thought me an ashtray. I first noticed your missing front tooth and how your body, small, fragile, trembled when I hugged you, and I whispered, you can squeeze me back. And you did, and I felt you wouldn't let go. I was the one who washed your hair, carefully protecting your eyes from the sting of soap. Part 3. You once asked about Mother Mary. I didn't know how to explain virgin. Every word felt too large, too old for your young heart. Vagina, penetration, rape, penis. I knew each would lead to more questions, and I kissed your forehead and replied, an unloved woman. And your brows crinkled, heavy with consideration, and then you asked, that's me, right? Unloved. No. My face tightened as I spilled, I love you. And I wanted, but couldn't tell you. Not then. Hardly now. Neither of us are virgins. Not anymore. Part 4. We used to hide in Mother's walk-in, the air filled with stale mothballs and sweet lemon oil. We became something else, someone else, in the little quiet land of girls pretending. Mother's shoes, toes facing forward, were lined alongside each other like soldiers prepped for war. Fake leather, embossed patterns of synthetic snakeskin, baby breath blue, yellow so creamy it reminded me of butter. Crimson, dim to black in the creases. The dark blue pair made me think of violent bruising, and we both felt bad for those shoes. You always chose flamingo pink, slipping in your tiny feet, filling only half. We stood at attention and jutted our hips like grown-ups. Part 5. In our aftertime, I'd wrap you in my arms and wait till your heart slowed and your eyes slid low, and then I'd sing, and you'd tell me your breath reminded you of buttered corn. Pray my smell would linger with you. Thank you.
So you can see from Rebecca's moving piece how important this is today, that we all come together and give. And speaking of which, we've had some great sponsors come on board for this event.
I mean, it really does. When we talk about it takes all of us together, it takes a village. It really, truly does. And so for all of the individuals and the volunteers and all the staff of WCA and you, but then our sponsors, thank you so much to all of them, like ICCU. I tell you, Idaho Central Credit Union, they are such a huge part of our community. I say and I hear their names so often when it comes to different organizations and different groups and charities throughout our community. So thank you to ICCU.
And my good friend at Holland & Hart, Dean Bennett, and all of Holland & Hart's staff and wonderful people there came together to donate as well to sponsor this event.
Yeah, and Empire Title, again, a huge sponsor and big supporter for the WCA and for the We Art Women. So
because
thank
of
you.
them, 100% of the proceeds are going to go to the WCA's Children's Shelter.
Yeah. So every bid you make, every donation you make because of Empire Title, every single penny is going to go to the tireless work of the WCA. So thank you to all of our sponsors.
I'll never forget the first time years ago when I visited the Women's and Children's Alliance and I listened to a 911 recording of a little girl who was fearful because her father was abusing her mother. And at that moment, I knew that I had to get involved, that we needed to support an organization that was offering an opportunity and a safe place for those that are in that situation. No children, nobody should have to go through that. And if they do, it's nice to know that we have a resource like the Women's and Children's Alliance. I'm Chris Miller, president of Empire Title. I couldn't be prouder that my company and our organization supports the Women's and Children's Alliance. And I hope that all of you will continue to do the same as well. Thank you.
It's Nathan
and Rebecca
from Fast in the Morning on Wild 101. First of all, we want to say thank you to Rocci for inviting us to be a part of this incredible event. Rocci, we miss you.
Yeah.
We can't wait to see you again in real life.
Please.
But now more than ever, especially with COVID and everything that's going on, this event, so important because there's so many kids still being homeschooled.
Yeah, a lot of parents are still out of work. I mean, everything is just adding to stress at home. And so between that and other things that, women and children are facing, the WCA is just doing an awesome job at providing that support and help for those people.
Yeah, if you could find it in your hearts to bid on one or all of the awesome items up for grabs, every penny goes to help people right here in the Treasure Valley. It's just an incredible event. So
yes.
Thank you to you for being a part of this. Thank you to Rocci for inviting us, and we hope you enjoy yourselves. Thank you so much. You are awesome.
Thank you so much to Nathan and Rebecca Fast from Fast in the Mornings on Wild 101. I knew them before there was a Nathan and a Rebecca. Nathan used to be on stage with me at Huff and Hannah's. So thanks very much to Fast in the Morning. Coming up next, let's get back to some more music. We've got Jenn Snyder and Rochelle Smith. Really great, incredible women and strong songwriting and beautiful vocals, instrumentals. I'm telling you, this is going to be great. It's Jenn Snyder and Rochelle Smith.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jenn Snyder.
I'm Rochelle Smith.
And we're honored to be here. Thank you. This first song is called In the Morning. No one's inside, let the dynamite blow. You're telling me something that I already know. Pieces of the past won't survive the blast. When I wake up in the morning, when I wake up in the morning. Middle of the night, beginning of the war. You've never seen a fight like this before. Whoa. Push get high, the shots hit low. Yeah, it's gonna fly once everybody knows. Whoa. Nose inside the dynamite blow. You're telling me something that I already know. Pieces of the past won't survive the blast when I wake up in the morning. No one's inside of the dynamite blow. You're telling me something that I already know. Pieces of the past won't survive the blast when I wake up in the morning. Middle of the night, no one's gonna rest. Not to talk this thing to death. Whoa. Words got boiling across that line. The storm's been rolling for a long, long time. Whoa. No one's inside of the dynamite blow. You're telling me something that I already know. Pieces of the past won't survive the blast when I wake up in the morning. No one's inside of the dynamite blow. You're telling me something that I already know. Pieces of the past won't survive the blast when I wake up in the morning. up the pans, pack up the plates, put all the memories in a red milk crate. Whoa. Middle of the night, little after 4, closing my eyes and closing this door. Whoa. No one's inside the dynamite blow. You're telling me something that I already know. Pieces of the past won't survive the blast when I wake up in the morning. No one's inside the dynamite blow. You're telling me something that I already know. Pieces of the past won't survive the blast when I wake up in the morning. No one's inside the dynamite blow. You're telling me something that I already know. Pieces of the past won't survive the blast when I wake up in the morning. When I wake up in the morning. When I wake up in the morning.
The second song is called Mountain Moon. The summer sky where the stars shine through will stay up all night just beneath the mountain moon. We don't have to drive very far just to get where we're going. Leave behind the daily grind and empty my mind just to be where the river's flowing. The dirt and sand, by trees and lakes and tents, it's all the same because you're nowhere. You've escaped, you got a smile on your face while the campfire flame is glowing. The summer sky where the stars shine through will stay up all night just beneath the mountain moon. All our worries fade away with the day as we find the place we're after. There's a cooler full of brew, grab a cold and grab a few. Being here is all that matters. We'll be picking guitar strings, singing songs and funny things we'll laugh about as time grows later. So grab a chair, enjoy the view surrounded by the solitude. You can hear the coyotes' laughter. The summer sky where the stars shine through will stay up all night just beneath the mountain moon. The summer sky where the stars shine through will stay up all night just beneath the mountain moon. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Tim Johnstone with 94.9 The River. Thanks for tuning in today to We Art Women, a virtual benefit auction and concert for the WCA. The Women's and Children's Alliance does such incredible work here in the Treasure Valley. 100% of the proceeds from this auction will go to benefit the WCA's Children's Shelter. You know, 2020 has certainly been a challenging year. Let's just be upfront about it. It's been difficult for so many people, and it has been difficult for the Women's and Children's Alliance. This is why this year's event is so incredibly important to the work that they do here and in the Valley. To help in this time of need, you can go online to We Art Women, WCA, and there is a link at the bottom of your screen there. Beautiful art pieces created by over 50 local artists available for purchase. There's also homemade masks, dining and entertainment packages, and so much more. Or you can simply text 22454 and enter children to give a cash donation. There are other ways that you can contribute as well. If you prefer, you can commit to a pledge that will cover some of the cost of the WCA's Children's Shelter. There are options large and small. Let's give you a few examples. $20 provides hygiene kits to each shelter child, which includes shampoo and conditioner, toothpaste, toothbrush, and soap. Go up a little bit, $24. That provides cleaning and sanitation supplies to keep shelter residents and staff safe and healthy during the COVID-19 pandemic. Chances are these are all things that you've had to deal with maybe at home or at work, and hopefully these needs connect with you and will get you to sign up today and donate some money or pledge money. $50 provides children's books and games for the licensed childcare on the WCA Shelter's campus. It goes all the way up to $120, and that contributes towards maintaining the WCA's emergency shelter. Such an important place here in the Treasure Valley, and unfortunately, it's a place that's become busier during this event. I hope you're enjoying the show. That is, of course, the object here. But I also hope that you will step up and purchase items today or make donations where you can. It's been a tough year, and I don't ask for a give lightly, but it's how much I respect Be Black and all the work that is done every single day, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year to make Boise a safer and better place for families. Please do what you can. Please know that it will help immensely, and thank you for helping out today. Be well, and I hope the rest of your year goes great.
Tim Johnstone. Tim, thank you so much, buddy. Tim, of course, with 94.9 The River and huge supporters. We thank you so very much, my friend. All right, now as we're making our way towards the end of the evening, we still have fabulous musicians that are going to be coming up. Of course, all the visual artists. And as you have seen, if you've already gotten on there and gotten your donations going, you see all the great artwork. I need a bigger house. I need a bigger house so I can get more of this artwork that we have out there. It's amazing. If you haven't already, text the word children to the number 22454, and that's going to get you registered so you can start making your bids and also make your donations as well. Now, coming up next, if you notice, my incredible co-host is not with me right now. Well, that's because she is the subject of who we were going to be seeing musical performance from next. And I tell you, I met Rocci 20 years ago, and the first time I met her was because of a charity event and a really, really worthwhile cause. That's how our relationship started as friends, and 20 years later, here we are today because her heart is that big, and she cares so much. And she has just been a pillar of the music scene in Boise. So I can't say enough about her, the Rocky Johnson Band.
Why you look so sad? Tears are in your eyes. Come on and come to me now. Don't be ashamed to cry. Let me see you through. 'Cause I've seen the dark side too. When the night falls on you, you don't know what to do. Nothing you confess could make me love you less.
Hi, I'm Rocky Johnson, and this is Cecilia.
Hi.
Thanks so much for joining us for our benefit. We are women in support of the WCA. The WCA has done great work in our community for many years for victims of domestic violence and child abuse. Now, their services are needed more than ever. With the pandemic going on, there's parents out of work, there's children who are having to be homeschooled. It's created more stress than ever to worry about food, clothing, keeping a roof over the family's heads. And on top of everything else, it's created such situations for families who are already in stress that there is a 194% increase in calls to the WCA over last year at this time. There's more protection orders issued in the month of August 2020 than in any other month before in Ada County. Their services are needed for things like children's pajamas and food, clothing, any kind of crisis counseling. And I want you to know that 100% of your donations today will go toward those children's services to make sure that they have everything they need and a warm, comfortable place to stay where they feel safe. Because remember, home is not safe for everyone.
So many memories over the years. Rocky Johnson Band, of course, all the wonderful years of Humpin' Hannah's and the great music and the entertainment. And thank you to Rocky, of course, and her huge heart, along with the rest of the band, with Michael Rosenthal and Scott Alexander, Justin Tam, John Heineman. And thank you to Cecilia, because that was just the most adorable thing there. And that's what this is all about. It's about the children. It's about the kids, and that's why, if you haven't already, please do so. Children to the number 22454. Just text that, get your bidding going, get your donating going, while we get the music going once again and continue on through the We Art Women with Amy Rose, Ben Burdick, and their incredible talent.
It's a real honor and a privilege to be part of the celebration of women in the arts once again. And I can think of no better way to do our little part in this than to present a song by Rosalie Sorrells, one of my dearest friends and a bit of a mentor. And this is called Song for David. And this is Amy Rose, who's going to do a beautiful job singing it for you right now.
Going to bird, where you flying today? Where you going to, taking yourself away? Oh, why won't you light, stay here a while, rest yourself in a warm, loving smile. Where you going to? Hey, where you flying to, bird? Well, I love to watch all my little eagles learn to fly. When they'll wheel and turn high on a bright summer sky, they're riding on the wind, testing their wings. See 'em growing strong, and my heart inside me sings. Where you going to? Hey, where you flying to, bird? When my little eagles all have to finally leave the nest, I'll hide my leaving pains close inside my breast. Let 'em go, let 'em fly, find their own place. Show them the way with a smile on my face. Where you going to? Hey, where you flying to, bird? going to, bird? Where you flying today? Where you going to, bird? Taking yourself away. Oh, why won't you light? Stay here a while. Come on and rest yourself in a warm, loving smile. Where you going to? Hey, where you flying to, bird? Hey, where you flying to, bird? Hey, where you flying to, bird? It's not the pale moon that excites me, that thrills and delights me. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. It isn't your sweet conversation that brings this sensation. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. When you're in my arms and I feel you so close to me, all my wildest dreams, they came true. I need no soft light to enchant me. If you'll only grant me the right to hold you ever so tight and to feel in the night the nearness of you. When you're in my arms and I feel you so close to me, all my wildest dreams, they came true. I need no soft light to enchant me. If you'll only kindly grant me the right to hold you ever so tight and to feel in the night the nearness of you.
Amy Rose and Ben Burdick. Wasn't
Yes.
that fantastic? And I just have to mention, Song for David was written by my longtime friend Rosalie Sorrells. And Amy and Ben recorded that song for the tribute to the traveling lady, Rosalie Sorrells. That was an album that I produced with a lot of people here in the Valley, with Audiolab, actually. A lot of those recordings happened there. So thank you to Ben and Amy for the Song for David rendition and for your other musical performance, because guess what? They're great. Amy Rose and Ben Burdick, thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for being on there. I know you want to keep seeing all the fabulous music, and we want to get to more of it for you.
Speaking of which, let's go right into our next musical act. We have to mention that it's not easy during COVID. You're shut down at home. In some circumstances, you're not well enough to go out there in public, and you've been shut down for a good 6 months or so. And that's the case with our 2 upcoming recordings, because they were done on a cell phone and everything went wrong. But who cares? It's for the cause.
Yep.
That's all we care about. And there are 2 lovely women coming up almost back to back. But first we want to introduce a very good friend and another diva of Boise. Her name is Carrie Padilla. She's incredible. She's been around town forever. She's a makeup artist as well as a singer and entertainer. And so let's listen to Carrie Padilla.
I want to thank the WCA for being there when people need to. Thank you, Rocci, and to all my sisters. I love you. Thank you, Lisa Allman. You're the best. Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain. We all have sorrow. But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend.
Thank you, Carrie Padilla. You're such a love and a diva of Boise. And thanks for putting all the effort into, a smartphone video. They're not fun to do. I hate the FaceTime. I hate the Zoom if I never have to do any more of those.
But it's our world right now.
It is, and we're doing it for a good cause. And speaking of which, another smartphone video. She's incredible. She's been around forever. She was a founding member of Chicken Cordon Blues and the Kathy Miller Trio. And of course, like I said, she's one of the divas of Boise. And let's get to our next act. It is Kathy Miller.
I put a spell on you because you're mine. You better stop the things you do. I ain't lying, no, I ain't lying. You know I can't stand it when you're running around. You know I can't stand it, Daddy, when you're putting me down. I put a spell on you because you're mine. You're mine. You're mine. I love you. I love you. I love you anyhow. And I don't care if you don't want me. I'm yours right now. I put a spell on you because you're
Thank you so much, Kathy Miller, for making it work on a smartphone. Like I said, smartphones, Zoom calls, I don't care. I want to be done with it. But yeah, I thank you so much for putting in the effort to be part of the show today. And speaking of which, let's keep rolling on the music.
Yes, because music is what this is all about. Well, the arts. So whether it's visual arts, whether it's music, and just all the incredible talent that has come together this year for We Art Women.
So we're rolling into our next segment. It is Fulton and Hunt. That's Lindsey Hunt, Steve Fulton, and Jake Engelhorn on percussion. Let's get rolling with the music. Fulton and Hunt. Thank you so much to Fulton and Hunt, incredible human beings, such giving, loving hearts. Thank you, Lindsey Hunt and Steve Fulton, and Audio Lab, especially thank you.
Well, it's hard to believe we're already now at the end of the We Art Women for 2020. And all the changes and all the difference this year has meant, what hasn't changed is the incredible community that we have. The musical artists, the performing artists, just everyone coming together for one common good, and that is the WCA. So thank you to everyone for being a part of this, and know that there is still lots of time for you to be able to give. If you haven't had the chance already, it's okay, because you can still be able to donate. You can still be able to make your donations all the way up until the 28th at 9 p.m. Now at 8:50 on the 28th, here's where some fun happens. That's when bid wars start. So with 10 minutes left to go, you think someone might come the last second and outbid you? Not going to happen, because if they do, it's going to extend the time on that item by 3 minutes. You'll get a notification that someone snuck up behind you and outbid you. It's okay, we really kind of want them to do that, but we want you to get back on there and then bid again. And so with every bid on that item, it will continue to extend that time by just a couple of minutes until there is only one. So lots of time to be able to get on and get your donations in.
And I just want to give one more message out there. If you are in a situation where you need to get out of there and feel you're in a safe environment, pick up the phone. The help is there. The WCA is there for you. The WCA is there for you and your children, for anyone in your family who might be in a situation that is untenable and unsafe. Call the hotline there. They're 24 hours a day. It is 208-343-7025, 343-7025. Pick up that phone, make that phone call. You don't need to be in an unsafe situation, and there are those there at the WCA to help you.
Yeah, absolutely. No one ever deserves this. So if you've been made to feel, or your children have been made to feel that they deserve this abuse, this treatment, it's not true. And there are people who love you. There are people that have their arms wide open, ready to be able to help. So please reach out, because we're all here for you together, because everyone deserves a happy, healthy life. And it starts right now, right here today with the WCA.
And you know, the community has come together for this event, and they'll come together as we go forward into the future, because it's together that we will make our situations better, and we will help our communities, and we will make everyone safe and in a warm place. And you know what? Let's end this great show on a high note.
Yes.
Coming up next is Cherie Buckner-Webb, Idaho State Senator Cherie Buckner-Webb. She's a fifth-generation Idahoan. She was recently named as one of the 10 most influential Idaho women by USA Today. She's not just done a great work in our community. She's a great human being. She's an original diva of Boise, actually.
Yes, she is.
And she is one of those human beings that has the biggest heart and the biggest voice you've ever heard. Yeah. So we're going to end our show on a high note with John Jones on guitar and the incredible and unbelievably talented good friend of mine, Idaho State Senator Cherie Buckner-Webb.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, take my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. with joy and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, in other words, in other words, I love you.